Greetings, fam. I did make a video and I uploaded it Sunday, but YouTube took it down. They claimed it was a medical and misinformation violation. I find it funny that you can be flagged for showing information that's verified by not my opinion, but the facts that are already spelled out in medicinal literature that's academically sponsored by either the government or the unbiased medical community themselves. So, how can what I say be misinformation? That's like the author of a book arguing with somebody who read his book and quoted his own words. But if you follow my work, you know that I don't run my mouth without showing where I get my information from. I never do that. That doesn't mean I can't be wrong, but it does mean my intent is to bring truth. So if you want to see the banned video, hit the exclusive video link in the description box and watch it. Rather than let the truth be censored, I just brought it to a space where those who would participate in the destruction of society can't hate on the truth. And I'll be using that space more often, so I hope those of you interested in the truth will support it as well. The scary thing about what's happening is the more truthful one reveals himself or herself to be, the harder it gets to speak. And if you lay low and fly under the radar, you can be relatively safe for the time being. But compliance is complicity. And at this point, that just won't work. When everything comes to a head, I'm going to be able to hold my head up as one of the people who put in the work. So I'll still post on YouTube, but fam, I'm going to start giving the real game on my website. I don't like being told what to do, and I definitely don't like being told what to do by scared people who tell me what to do because the people who bend them over are trying to take over the planet, basically. I'm not going to allow myself to be in a position to be limited by flunkies because that makes me a flunky by default. One of the things we don't realize is the fact that a group of people who control political policy all around the world really represent a gross failure of the people. We've allowed ourselves to become basically children to the wicked who tell us when to stay in the house, what to put on our faces when we go outside, how far away from each other we should stand, whether we can gather or whether we can't. And they pump fear into the people 24/7. And again, the incredible thing is their reach. The US, Europe, Africa, North Korea, Australia, Brazil. The only countries who don't have to bend over for these persons are the real G's like South Korea. The most insane thing about this is the amount of wicked folk it takes to pull this thing off. Because you wouldn't think that there are that many people in the world who would spread this disease of deception so far and wide. It's especially hard for those of us who know the truth, who understand the massive amount of truth evident in the study, and not even hard study. Some of this stuff is basic biology. But like Tupac said, we need more scientists, more biologists, more computer techs. We let rappers and athletes interview politicians and speak on political issues, pose as community leaders. And then when our enemies hit us with science, when they attack us with science, not one voice is heard. You see black people everywhere, but where it counts. And that's one of our biggest problems. And that's one of the problems that's going to get us in irreversible trouble if we don't remedy that. I see way too much fear. I've dealt with folk that I've talked to for years who all of a sudden tell me to stand back 6 feet from the last time I talked to them. And now they wonder why I don't deal with them. but I'm on my Flint Sky shit. I'm not rocking with scary people. I know people who've stopped people from even coming in their house. People driving around in their cars with 2 or 3 coverings on their face. The fear is insane. And people simply don't believe anything other than what they see on TV. And worse, they won't crack open a book. Not a minute's worth of independent investigation whatsoever. And on some real rap, family or not, if you're that scared, maybe it's time for you to check out. If I ever get that scared, that goes for me too. And if you're scared now, you're going to stay scared because this setup can be twisted 1,000 different ways. Mutations, variants, needing more boosters. Well, you're going to get that work thoroughly if you're falling for this one. We're in the middle of a planetary takeover, and you're worried about a cold? I see too many people laying down like that's going to keep them safe. Listen, don't be the one who tries to stay low until the foray comes to your door. If you can't act publicly, then support those who do push the truth. Those of us who do spend our time to bring you truth among the lies and keep you informed. That's how you fight back if you can't square up directly. But anyway, please hit the link in the description box and go to the site. And I guarantee once you do, even if you're halfway aware, you'll understand why it was removed. But hopefully, you'll also realize the depths of censoring that's happening, and that should bother you. I don't think people really get the grasp of what's happening unless you're out here in the mix researching the data and trying to inform the people. But I'm boxing for mine and my children too, so again, go to the site. The video may be a little slower than on this medium. That's one of the ways that they leverage viewership away from other mediums, but I ask that you be patient. If it takes a second or two to load, don't trip, it will load, but please absorb the information and support the effort to disperse the truth among the people. I'll still be posting on this medium, but obviously it's going to be basic information, which is still good because it has been so far. Not because I say so, but because people let me know that. But just know that when I go in, and I will be going in, you'll be directed to my site to view those videos. I'll always be on the health tip because I live that, but the politics is heavy, so I have to drop these jewels as well. Also, when you see the video, it's still edited with certain words being muted out, but that's because I didn't go back in and re-edit it for my site, because once I uploaded it to this medium, I deleted some information. But the deletions, or the edits rather, don't take away from the message at all. So until next video, peace. If you learned from this video, help support the study and time to bring this knowledge to our community. It does take time and effort to be concise and as accurate as possible so that we can stay abreast of important health information and techniques. Please visit the site and follow these links.